So he to come in.
Whatever your gig is.
Can you see visitors coming in?
And I think this is a wonderful space. I'm just really interested in what Filt3R is doing. I think it's obviously with the project that I'm involved with, Metatope, a lot of us see this going in this direction, the digital identity, right?
Can you put the sound harder of the space?
My first questions off the bat that I'd love to hear them speak on is this include hands? Is it just face? And is the tech good in place?
Up.
Oh, that's
yeah.
Steve.
So
I can hear you talking in the stream, but I can't hear you talking on here. So just make sure you switch over to Twitter Spaces to unmute yourself.
So I did unmute myself.
Oh, could you not hear me? No, I can hear you, Cryptomatic. I just can't hear the guys over at Filt3R. They are talking on the stream. Oh, gotcha. But they're just not talking on Twitter Spaces. So Steve and Mark.
Unmute, Mark. Unmute on the Twitter space.
I did. Oh, unmute.
Unmute, yeah. There you go.
Oh, unmute.
Now talk.
Sorry.
There you go. Now we're live everywhere.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I can't hear you on Twitter Spaces, so I just want to make sure that the audience is hearing you.
Good.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard being on both at the same time.
Yeah, so can everybody hear me now? Okay, so let me just put my sound a little bit harder here. So I heard a question, but I mean, can somebody repeat that? I'm sorry. Yes, sure. Yeah, good question. So first of all, the hand gestures, right? So I mean, obviously you know what you're talking about because ARKit tracks hands also. So at this stage, I mean, obviously we are doing constant development, right? And we have beta versions internally, what we are testing. So one of the things, for example, what we try to do with the software is to make content creation more fun, right? That's very important. Content creation in terms of just making your own videos with the AR with the AR application, but also the Zoom meetings. So what we, for example, are building now is when you have a Zoom meeting and somebody makes a joke, or he's able to get a deadline or something, and if you clap your hands, then confetti falls from the air, right? Or bitcoins fall from the air. And the thing is, with AR and a gaming engine, basically everything is possible, right? And that's all, and that's where the fun is for us, especially for me as like the lead artist, just to think about stuff. Basically, most of the ideas we come up with, we can execute. So it's all about creating content, but also having fun. So just as an example, but we did the Bored Apes, right? We did all 10,000. I will tell you more about it later. But many of the traits are, for example, difficult. Well, not difficult, but you have a blindfold. Chemo has the eyes. You have dark glasses. And one of the objectives for me was to make it as realistic as possible, because our slogan is we bring digital identities to the real world. So if you do, if you want to carry that and you really want to do it, you need to do it in the right way. And that basically means that it needs to be believable, right? So I mean, if you have a meeting, I mean, there are probably a lot of people now watching this stream. Probably you don't have the idea that you're looking at a filter. Yeah, it is a filter, but the whole idea is that it's so realistic that you see the small gestures and the laughs, and it's very important that it's realistic. So we put a lot of time and effort in that. And I can tell you, some of the people in the company, I think on a certain moment they wanted to bury me, because I keep pushing in terms of getting more realistic features up with the lighting and the tracking and so. But yeah, so I mean, for example, with the blindfolds or with the coins, so if you blink your eyes 3 times, 1, 2, 3, then the blindfold gets 90% transparent, so you see the eyes again, right? Because in my opinion, if you have a meeting and you want to present yourself as your digital identity, then you want to see the other person and you want to look them in the eyes. And it sounds strange because you're looking at digital eyes. But in a way, you're not looking at digital eyes because you are looking at the eyes of the person behind it, if the tracking is done right. So, it's all these kind of small things, what I find personally very important to tackle. And that's why it also took 2 years to build this, right? I mean, the technology, we build a complete platform, right? It's not just one filter. We did create 10,000, and I've seen filters in the space, and some of them look really good, but that's just one filter, right? And ask them the question, can you do 10,000? And then they're stuck because you need to have an infrastructure to do that. And because we did the Bored Apes, we needed to build this infrastructure from the ground up in Unity. So we did build a generator, we did build an iOS application, which is done. We did build a Mac application and a Windows application. So, and all of these together work seamlessly. So if we create a new collection, we create a base character, and then we create all the traits in 3D, we throw it into the generator. The generator generates 10,000 or 20,000 or 5,000. Yeah, but immediately it works seamlessly in all the applications, and that's the key, right? And that was very hard to tackle, but we did it. It's done, and I mean, yeah, I'm just fucking hyped, really, because we are doing something which everybody who sees this and understands the space knows that this is a direction it's going to. So for us to be upfront and to be, basically. Ruling the space, let's say, I mean, with filters on scale is pretty exciting. So your second question was about licensing. So maybe you already heard it in the answer. So sure. Unity. Yeah. We build in Unity. So I don't know, maybe for the people who know Unity, but we have 2 render. I mean, this is real-time rendering, right? So this is all being calculated real-time. So on the mobile phone, we use a URP, which is called the Universal Render Pipeline, and that's an optimized pipeline in Unity, especially for mobile phones. And it already looks great, right? But if you look at, for example, I think there are some pinned tweets. The branded head we made is rendered in HDRP, and that's the high definition render pipeline, and that's for triple game videos and movies. So the interesting part here is just to segue a little bit more into to the details of the tech, but what we are about to do is that the desktop applications like the Mac and especially the Windows, if you have a gaming computer, we do render the real-time render on the gaming computer, not on the phone anymore. So we can do it in HDRP. And then you get the same realistic AR experience, because now it's on the phone, this is still on the phone, as the high quality renders we do. And even we can make it even better if you have, so same as if you play Call of Duty, you can just crank up the settings and, play with more. Yeah, this is HDRP. So, I mean, Unity is just, it's a blast to work in that engine. And especially because Apple, ARKit of Apple, they work very, very, how can I say? They have like a very good commitment towards each other, Unity and Apple, to work together to get the best experience ever. and that's what we basically are profiting from to get these kind of results. And most of the other filters are done in a Snap engine or other engines, but these are not like really gaming engines, and that's the big problem there. So us building this from the ground up gives us like a huge advantage on many different aspects. And to answer your question about the licensing, so for me personally, as an entrepreneur, obviously we will do our own projects, right? Because we have the Board Filter project, we have our second project coming up, but I'm also opening up the software for other projects. And the reason why I do that is because I strongly think that that it will help mainstream adoption. If we go back in time, I mean, people in the company know this, but I don't need the money. For example, I sold my company. I'm very successful. So for me to have a higher goal and to help adoption, is something which appeals to me because we have the tools to do it. So I don't want to keep it for myself. I want to, sign other projects for the software. And the ultimate goal is that we have millions of AR videos, not on crypto Twitter, but on Instagram, on TikTok, and all these other platforms, where people start to understand, shit, that's an NFT. But most of the people think an NFT is just a picture, but that's not the case. It can also be a filter. So when people start to understand that a filter is also an NFT and that you can create quality content with it, and maybe also that you can make money with it because we have an incentivized program. We're going to reward creators. There's a whole vision around what I've built. And obviously, in the upcoming months and years, we will show more of what we have. But there is a complete vision around it. And my vision is to have millions of AR videos of filters out there, not only our project, other projects. And this will definitely help mainstream adoption. I'm fully convinced about for that. So I am super bullish to push the envelope with my team. I mean, I'm having a blast, honestly. I think I'm at maybe the most happiest in my life is now, and I'm working my fucking ass off. But it's just, it gives such a good energy to be busy with your passion, because basically, I'm an entrepreneur, but I feel I'm more like an artist. And I also had like something on my bio a while ago, and it said, technology is my canvas. So I feel I'm an artist, but I can't model, I'm not a rigger, but I can find the right people and create interesting technology. So that's what I do. So in that perspective, I feel like a lead artist because I'm on the details. I'm on every little, detail I'm involved from an artistic point of view. So yeah, no, I mean we have a lot to share, and I mean let's accelerate mainstream adoption. That's I think the bigger goal, and then the money will come. Because a lot of people said to us, why do you only do 555 passes? And everybody knows what I need to do, basically. Yeah, but for me, it's very important that it's not about making money. How strange this maybe sounds, but I have the experience by now that if you really focus on the project, and you want to do something different, and you push only for that, so the focus is to be the best at what you do, then the money will flow in. So the money doesn't need to be an objective, and this is what I did multiple times in my life, and we do it again. That's why we chose the bases, because it's a vision. We do the bases to get eyes on the technology and to let people understand what we really do, because it's very hard to get attention in this space. I mean, honestly, it was for me a bit of a culture shock from Web 2 into Web 3. Because it's a completely different environment. It's very fast, so I needed to get really adjusted to that. But I think we're on the right track. I mean, the software is done. We have 2 great projects coming up. We have a great team. I mean, This ape, for example, is modeled by the same guy who did Caesar of Planet of the Apes. So call it luck how I found him. This guy is super busy, but he loved my vision and he said, Mark, I'm gonna help you. So he did this ape. He also did Mr. Annan. He's a great modeler. I mean, we have great artists, you know, work with Gorilla in Amsterdam on big games, Killzone. And so we are very blessed in that perspective with the artists, but with the whole team. And I love these people and it's family already. So yeah, no, I'm psyched. Let's go.
Was inspired by Planet of the Apes, and I'm like a nerd when it comes to this series. So that's out for me as well. I had no idea about that.
Yeah.
I'm a couple things I wanted to touch on. I think that for people that have been in the NFT space a long time, we have used ways for people to show progression, to show a collection they really cared about. And I think that the more 2D JPEG days, are slowly leaving, right? I think that there's definitely collections out there like Boy Drops Up it'll never change, right? But for new collections to come out and do something like that, it's almost impossible, right? And a lot of people are wanting these interactive, augmented reality NFTs. And what's interesting is that you guys have already done the full Blade Yacht Club collection as well. And so we'll talk about that in a little bit. But I wanted to maybe just bring the mic over to a few different people that are on stage. I
Sure.
will also just say a couple things. First and foremost, Walker Dave Spaces, episode 108. This is an Easter special. We're here with Filter Studio, which is developing some really cool stuff. So I'm happy with that. There's a couple things that you can see up at the top there. First pick post, there's a 500 what's mint price? I'm interested.
Yeah, sorry. So can you hear me, guys? Okay, sure. So, well, I mean, the main price is to be announced. So I can't say a lot about that at this stage. It depends. I mean, it depends also a little bit on what the markets are doing, but yeah, I mean, we are sharing this. Not, I mean, it doesn't take long anymore before we share the price. But yeah, I mean, it's obviously a very interesting thought because we get that question a lot, and everybody wants to know, okay, what's the price? And you know, I mean, obviously, it is like an exclusive project, right? So. I mean, we try to do something different, so but it's not going to be a ridiculous high price, not at all. Absolutely, man. I mean, I would love to talk with you about it. You know, that's the beautiful thing of the NFT space. There are so many opportunities, and there are so many people like building cool stuff, you know, for the future, and that's just really excited, you know, to investigate. So no, absolutely. And that's the beauty with our technology, right? There are a lot of synergies, right, with other platforms because you know basically it's always about digital identity for the most part. So this makes it very interesting, and we're you know we are also open for ideas. Obviously, I mean we're talking now also with another company and they came with some great suggestions, and then you know it's just internally a discussion, and then we can also quickly decide, okay, this we're going to put this on the roadmap or we're going to do it immediately. So that's the advantage, right, when you have like a great team and when you are flexible, because you know it's a space, I mean it demands flexibility. So no, great stuff, man. I'd love to have a chat with you, absolutely.
I think this is going to be game changing. I think it's going to really bring things to life. I think this will be the future of like how Web3 and Twitter creators interact with content. Like the 2D PFP JPEG vibes are cool, but we've been doing that for like more than 2 years now, right? Like I think the next level of content creation. Imagine like we're in a space like this right now, for example, okay, and everybody with their JPEG had an augmented reality version of their avatar basically in front of them. Let's say we all had our phones on our tripod and we're just sitting in a room talking. Imagine we were all recording ourselves talking in this space right now, and we dropped the video in a Dropbox at the end, and we were able to splice together all how many speakers there, 8 of us or 9 of us into a video with our avatar talking, and be able to just put it online and be able to see everybody's facial expressions as they're talking, as they're having a conversation. How much more enjoyable that video content will be to watch, knowing that there's like 9 avatars talking with facial expressions in a room having a conversation. The potential of this is going to be insane for like podcasts and like live streams and video content. I think it's going to pave way to migrate from just like simple audio spaces to something much more enjoyable for the listener. I think it's going to create something far more interactive and exciting for people just listening in and tuning in or watching something. I think we're going to be able to have multi-platform content, not just Twitter. Be able to post this to YouTube after, or any other streaming engine that's popping, and be able to get adoption that way as well, and show people something that they haven't seen before, and not just people that are already in the space, but new people getting excited about what's possible in the space. Not everybody's like super confident getting on a camera and showing their face and talking, right? With an avatar, you have 100% comfort, 100% confidence. You can say and share all your thoughts and ideas, because at the end of the day, you're just an avatar, right? So you don't have to be afraid of like what other people will think about like your appearance or how you speak or stuttering on camera or anything like that, because you have an avatar that can match that for you, so you can speak with confidence.
Yeah, and speaking to that as well, we got Sammy up here. I couldn't imagine Sammy doing a concert, an AR concert.
Oh, dude, absolutely. Like that's where my head is at. Like, as a music artist, we're constantly like putting ourselves in front of thousands of people on a daily basis. You know what I mean? So, like, imagine, like music artists reaching out to different like NFT collections and saying, "Hey, I'll rock your AR filter during my virtual concerts for, as a sponsorship or something like that, a partnership, where like you could do collaborations and projects like Kid Call Beast are the perfect example of that. Like, I could definitely see myself, treating my Clint Eastwood, my cowboy AKCB, as like a Pokemon. Like, he's going to be part of my journey now. Like, literally, my audience is now going to know me for that character. They're going to associate that character with my music and stuff. So there's so much power in like what Raspy is doing, and what a lot of other projects are doing with AR and whatnot, and all the other tools that are coming really soon. But I'm excited, man. It's definitely inspiring me to keep creating, that's for sure.
To respond exactly to that, Sammy, too, from the end user perspective, think about the rentable economy as well. Like, imagine being able to rent your avatar. Let's say you have 10 or 20 different NFTs in your collection. They all have the ability to use AR. What about renting those to content creators for the purpose of a video demo or a demonstration? Somebody that might not want to dox, but somebody maybe has a really cool tutorial. Maybe it's a cooking tutorial. Maybe it's a workout or a dance tutorial. Whatever the case may be. Maybe it's even someone making like a bench outside. You know what I mean? It could be anything. But maybe they don't want to show their face because several reasons. People have tons of different reasons for maintaining their privacy. So now imagine the rentable economy. If you're somebody who owns, let's say, 20 or 30 PFPs that have the ability to create an avatar, you could rent them at either an hourly rate or a daily rate or a weekly rate, so that people can create content. I think people really are not understanding the potential of something like this for video content creators.
Exactly. So if I can, tell you something about it in terms of content.
What we are doing, not yet, obviously, because the projects are not live yet and not minted yet, but we have an incentivized program for our holders. So what does that mean? Basically, we incentivize them to create content and share it online. And our system reads the content by hashtags. and they will get rewarded by that for filter points. And with those filter points, they can buy digital wearables and all of that stuff. So it's not only content creation, but you can also, you know, think outside of the box in terms of earnings for the. It's exactly what you said, Rasmus, about you know, renting them out. This is obviously something we also look at, but you know, obviously from a perspective of law, that's a bit difficult. But I mean, you can't stop innovation, right? So the NFT space, it's filled with creative people, and you know, I mean, it's time to start innovating again and to really bring technology into the space where you know, where people can enjoy you know, in other ways of their digital identity. And to segue a little bit to the side, but we are also working on something else. It's also you know, I can't say too much about it, but it has everything to do with innovation and my vision. Because you know, the studio brings innovative AR solutions to the space, and that's not only filters and facial. It's AR, but we are working on something which is called a location-based airdrop engine. So I dropped it. So I am inspired. You know, everybody knows Pokemon Go, right? The big hit in AR. And that was years ago. And I did wrote a business plan for an idea I had back then. And it had everything to do with creating foot traffic into physical stores with AR. Yeah, because that's a problem. Sorry, there goes my phone. Basically, what we are building is an engine where you know, where you can find digital wearables in physical shops, you know, and that's all I'm going to say about it, because it's pretty new, but I'm very psyched about it, and it's all connected with the vision I have. For example, the digital wearables, like the branded hat we did create for the space, which people can actually wear. I mean, I don't know if they are aware of the fact that a digital wearable is an independent NFT. So if you own one and it's in your wallet, then you see it actually in our AR application. So if you have an Adidas hat or a Nike hat or glasses, like these are custom glasses. I mean, I'm showing it now to the audience who is watching the live stream. But so digital wearables is a very big part of digital identities in the future, because you can customize, and that's just fun, you know. I mean, if you go outside or to the bar, you don't wear the same dress or the same shirt every day, you know. So why not do it with your digital identity? And we have the whole infrastructure ready for that. So the location-based airdrop engine fits perfectly in that whole vision, because you know, we are talking already with some bigger brands, and it's a collaboration with a brand where we create digital wearables, branded, and in the same time we create something for the physical world, but you need to go to the shop to get it, and you find it there. So we bring foot traffic to the shop, and you know, there's a lot of stuff around that with the vision I have. But you know, what I find most interesting is to use the newest technologies to create innovative ideas and to get, you know, the markets forward. And you know, the engine we are working on, if you have AFES, for example, I mean, everybody who knows Pokemon Go knows that you put your phone there and you find stuff in the real world. Well, that's basically what we are building, and that's going to be integrated in the whole filter structure. So yeah, a bit of alpha, but that's coming. But it's going to take a while. It's not easy.
Hey, what's up? What's up? Everybody hear me?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, cool. What's up, Raph? How you doing, man? Thanks for coming out, man. Appreciate it. And let's go. Man, I appreciate it. Like, we met up like a week ago or so, and man, we were just like nonstop about talking about digital identities and how, you know, it really brings down the level of like anxiety and fear, really, you know, because I really believe that this filter provides a level of anonymity in a world that's really crazy. And when we want to participate in things, but we don't really want to let them into our, you know, inner circle. And so this really provides a place where we can use a personality that's hidden within us that doesn't really exist in the real world, you know, but we're free to express ourselves here by using the filter. And these are amazing filters. And having seen behind the scenes of A Kid Called Beast stuff is crazy. Is crazy what our generator and our team. I just want to give a big up to all of our team members, the riggers, the people who actually make this art, man. These guys are the artists. And if you go to our website, Filt3R.io, you can Filt3Studio.io, sorry, you can see the amount of like a war chest of riggers and devs and blockchain boys, you know what I mean, that are putting all this technology together so that when you go to click it and you go to mint it, that is seamless, right? It's a seamless transition to where you connect, and then all of a sudden now, boom, you have the application, and now it also is tech savvy. This is not just like, oh wow, this looks good, but how is the tech going to be? The tech is even better than I could have imagined, because it actually secures your IP, meaning that nobody else can go out there and use this ape filter, right, without our access pass. And it verifies constantly that you have that application. So like, say for AKCB, right, same thing, right? So like, you have multiple of them, right? And you can just swipe through each different one. You have 4 Bs, you got 4 different jobs. You show up every 2 hours, you do a new job, a new consulting gig. I mean, that's, and then you jump in, or say you have the filter app and now you have Bases, you got Mr. Anon, and you got A Kid Called Beast, and now you're in 3 different groups, 3 different communities, right? And you can be whoever you want in that community, the same guy in the community, be a different guy. You know what? I'm a rapper and I farm. So on one channel, I'm farming and I'm out there doing stuff like that. But then on another channel, I'm rapping and stuff like that. It just really expands the globe to whatever you can do. And bringing down the anxiety and bringing down fear in people is super important to us.
I make you a promise. Next year, we're going to party together. I mean, I wish I could be there already this year, but you know, it's a bit tight. But yeah, so I mean, I was a little bit reserved to tell the relationship I had with Raspy, with the team, and but yeah, Raspy and I have really like a very good connection. We are both innovating in our own little world. And I remember the first call I had with Raspy was like, I don't know, 3-4 weeks ago. So I mean, the space goes fast, but I was having a dinner and it was already late, and it was very hard for us to get connected. And suddenly, you know, the opportunity was there. We had a video call, not as our filters, but just for real. And I told him, listen, let me do your project. You know, let me try at least to see what I can do with the baklava, right? Because obviously the whole collection is there's no mouth, so there is a challenge there. The eyes are different, and you know, luckily we have very good people inside the rig. This is especially a job of a rigger, right, with the mouth. And I remember that. You know, because Chemo basically hit it off with Raspy. You know, he made this deal happen. So he and a friend of Chemo is already a holder of I believe, Raspy. So, and I remember that we had the first the video, the pinned video here when we had it rendered. I showed it to Chemo, and Chemo said, "Fuck, man, I want to show it to him." I said, "Dude, go ahead, man. It's yours." So, and he sent me. I think he met you in Florida. And then the next day, he sent me a video of showcasing the video to you guys, but somebody was recording him and him, and also the reactions. And then I saw the reaction of you and other people of the team, and I, honestly, on those moments, my heart just jumps, because I see the reaction, and it's like a split-second reaction when you see it for the first time. And then that's immediately I had immediately the idea, okay, we are on the right path, and now we are hitting it off. We're going to work together. You're going to advise us, which I'm very, very grateful for, because obviously you know what you're doing. You're building a community, and you're doing it in a way which is like unprecedented. So I mean, I'm new to the Web3 space. I'm from Web2. Sometimes I even say, we are maybe a little bit older, maybe a little bit slower, but we build first and then we sell. So I have a lot to learn in Web3. I made some mistakes already, for sure. But I'm super motivated, and guys like Rusty, give me like the extra energy to just continue. And I don't know. I mean, I don't know if we can throw it out there, Rusty, but I mean, I think people already know that we're going to work together. We're going to do your collection with the Filter Tech. So I'm very fortunate to have you guys connected, and I'm very proud that you are the first one with such an amazing community and project to start working with the filter technology. So let's go, brother.
Let's go, bro. Congrats, bro. I mean, the community alone for AKCB, by far, like, we met up in real life. These guys are legit, right? These are legit good people. Not just like, I'm in the space, I'm a certain person. In real life, like, and I can tell Rasp because how he talks to his woman. I sat there and had like a 20-30 minute conversation with her, and their interaction, you can tell what kind of person he really is. And that's the kind of people I want to work with in the space, man. You know what I mean? Those are the kind of people that are legit and that really care about giving more than taking. You know what I mean? Because in this, Web 2 was all about taking, and Web 3 is all about giving. But at the same time, we have to do business. You know what I mean? So we need to increase the emotional intelligence so that we can come together as creators. You know what I mean? And connect and actually grow this space and have usable stuff like this. I mean, like, we have gone on these Zooms a couple times, and a lot of these apes, we have FFVV, Mr. Suit, Mafia 420, and these guys have never been on camera before, and all these people have been following them just per tweets. You know what I mean? And then you meet them in person, and you see this filter, and you see that person actually talking with a real voice, and you're just like, this is the same person. You know what I mean? Like, wow, that is that person. And I always tell them, like, you're now introducing the world to your PFP. For the first time ever, Filter Studios is letting you introduce the world to your PFP.
Exactly. So I don't know, but is it maybe time that I can share a little bit about the projects we are doing right now? Sure, of course.
got to see some products that haven't even hit the shelves yet. And I want to give them time on the space because they're a project that's actually been working with a lot of board agents as well and developing some physical products like actually. And I think that for a long time in the NFT space, we talk about, well, how do we use our IP? How do we use our IP? And, Ducati Group is literally a way you can do that. And we actually have a product that's going
Polygon, so just trying to concentrate on that meeting, and things are going well, man. I don't want to. I know you're going to talk about Filt3R and stuff, so let Mark talk about what he's doing. I'm not cutting the line.
You hold on 1 second. Glad you're feeling better and in tip-top shape for our fight coming up in a few days. But did you also see what Polygon is doing with D-Gods in New York?
No, what are they doing?
They're like hosting a scavenger hunt around the city, and there's like $100,000 worth of prizes. And so they have it's so impressive what he's doing. He has 4 days lined up of all different stuff, but they have Polygon is sponsoring and helped organize this entire scavenger.
If you're looking for a blockchain that no interest, right? There needs to be new things to do. So I really do think we cracked that. It's taken us forever, but I'm so stoked about getting to showcase this. I wish I had it ready for NFT NYC, but probably I don't know. I always say 90 days, but I told you 2023 is releasing. I would say probably 80 days or something like that, 70 days, whatever. But it's going to be really interesting because you can actually sign in with your email on Scurvy 2.0. So you can actually sign in with your email and then connect your wallet on your profile, or you can sign in with your wallet and then connect your email to that profile. So it's going to be really important for like bringing people from Web 2 to actually have a world-class social media / decentralized marketplace, and people are able to just assign it with their email, and then once they see, oh, what's this? Connect to the profile, they click that, and that's how I think we're going to get people really from Web 2 to Web 3. Enough of this like other bullshit. Right? There needs to be some sort of major social super app, something like that. Take it on board by the masses of people just using the socialize on. So that's my recipe. A lot of like things were kind of just created from nothing, right? So it's hard, but I mean, hopefully things go well, and hopefully.
Hey, are you guys gonna talk soon?
Yeah.
I'll just leave you unmuted, and I'll put you side by side that way, because I'm still with my family. So I'll put you guys side by side unmuted. It's up to you to mute the space or whatever, so you don't have feedback. Okay.
The other day, like obviously, like I try to run it very easily, I try to be properly, but hire more developers to speed stuff up. So initially it's going to be so Ethereum, then we'll probably go with probably got the other option. So if you're one of one artists, also one of one artists don't have a good market with use of Polygon NFT. So I do think for one artist it'll be game on Polygon for sure, but it needs to be more than that. It needs to be a reason for projects like RSP and the together strong larger projects to come and to use it and have a presence there. So we'll be working on that with them hopefully and showing trying to see what you guys want. Like RSP always tells me, human verification. There needs to be some sort of verification check for like, hey, I'm actually a fucking human. Not part of that's an idea. It's like it should be like, hey, 0.02, verify you're a human. But then again, that's going to turn off a lot of people. I don't want to pay 0.02. So, verification and other ideas as well. But I do think RSP, like I always learn something from these founders. Like RSP wants human verification. Founder of Polygon, Sandeep, tells me, hey, we should be farming all the other social media. It's right, like Twitter, Reddit, Discord, Facebook. So I'm just picking and putting together, like, you can't think of everything yourself. So farm all other social medias, human verification. Obviously, like, I want to make sure people are incentivized to use it. So it's a big fucking project, but I promise you, like, the part of my deal, after hearing, like, OpenSea Pro up, that's going to happen for sure. When it's coming out, you're definitely going to want to have a profile already. So you go to Sturby.com, sign up now. I'm telling you guys, when it comes down to the transfer, you just go sign up with your email, and connect them all to your account. Patient is coming, and it's fucking sick. It's called React Stations, super fast, super fun. So many cool features. Experience as an artist, as a collector, as someone that's just being, really crypto NFTs. I'm just stoked about what we have coming. And thank you, Brando, for letting me show my stuff. So sweep the fucking floor, join the town, and get ready for Sturby 2.0. I'm going to keep supporting you every day, and I can't wait for your platform, honestly. So I'll show you, man, at the NYC Brando. I will break it out in front of you, the laptop. Look at this shit. Beyond that, Sturby's a human being, too. I've met him, I've gotten to know him really well over the last year and a half, and it's been really cool. So, sorry if I cut you off there.
I was just gonna say some smart ass remark to Scorpy.
Yeah, I keep very touchy pussy. By the way, Scorpy. I'll wrap my legs around your goddamn necks. Well, you didn't say that, but I just wanted to. Yeah. You gotta be fucking. You could be sleeping a little bit. I was gonna say, I see because I have people like you. Get a different experience, right? Than like, just talking on Twitter spaces, which is dope, but like, I did get to see. I will say, Brando's a junkyard dog. We were at the steakhouse. This fucking guy is hosting a Twitter space. Hosting one of these spaces while we're out. I'm like, look at this guy. Is this guy serious?
It's everywhere, yeah.
Yeah, it's all ranch because they got much cooking, good looking.
guys coming to party on Thursday? We got a 100%. We got a bunch of things going on. So if you guys are coming, then yeah, get ready to sleep in late. It's gonna be fun.
I'm gonna sleep in some random person's hotel room like that.
Not mine.
We'll see.
Wait, so what
Why did
time?
we have to do our events on the same day, Raph? Like,
I know.
Dude, just come to mine after, man. Like, come on.
ours is on until 2 in the morning. I'll come for the last hour when everyone's just sloshy, you know?
Wait. Oh my God.
Early, come at 1 because the headliner's going at 1. And then, yeah, then we'll probably move that party from like there to another venue from like 3 to 5.
I
Wait,
want
so
to
you-
guess one, a Kill-A-Bear party and a KCP all in one night.
Oh my God, I'm gonna throw up. So wait,
Where's the
time out.
Kill-A-Bear party?
What?
Where's the Kill-A-Bear party?
It's in Midtown. It's a secret location. They're announcing it. And it's here too. But I'll let you know.
Wait, Raspy, what time is your party at?
9 till 3, and then 3 till 5. I was like,
Then Miranda, what time is your party at?
Ours starts at 8 and goes till 2.
Oh my God!
I know. I will say, like, you know, an hour before, you know, bar, right? Both and for an hour, get your drink on it, head over, you know. I encourage everybody to go all this. It's gonna be dope. So, I went to like literally 5 or 6 at night last time I was at TMIC. So, that's just the way. And you'll wrap, by the way, Wednesday, the day before, I did get you guys some tickets for the Styles event. So if you guys want to come through, you already know. I made sure I got you guys some. So, you know, I think on the back channel, if you guys want to come through, it's going to be dope. There's some guest appearances happening also. So,
I'm in. Let's do it.
and for performance, you too. And any of the homies that are getting it. Like,
We went to a blood smoking party last year. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
I remember that.
Great.
I don't remember that,
That
actually.
was the party.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
And checking your IDs at the door, they were like stopped you and gave you a blunt or a joint to smoke.
I've never been in a more, and I smoked weed, like, you know, every day for years, but I have never inhaled more smoke in my life than that night. I was in a blunt smoking party. Every single person was just sitting down, rappers were rapping live, just literally no windows open, just, it was insane. I remember like Violetta and Sammy coming and just ridiculous. And I was like, are you guys allowed
People
to
like
even
couldn't
inhale
even
this?
open their eyes. Like they were like, my eyes are burning.
And there was no alcohol either. It was literally
Yeah,
just
there
a
was no
blunt
out.
smoking
There was no
party.
bar. Yeah, that was Dre's party. It was a great time.
All right, I got to reset the room. I want to throw it back over to Filter. I want to remind everybody as well, there's some things that are happening up at the top of the space you're going to want to check out. First and foremost, I'm going to repin. They're live in the boardroom, guys. If you guys want to go check out, you can check out some of the filters. I just pinned it up to the top. They're literally using them live, so go check them out. On top of that, if you go check out their Skirpy Town, pinned up to the top if you want to check out their OpenSea. Skirpy's building something pretty incredible over at skirpy.com, so very excited about that. We have a $500 USDC giveaway, so I'm giving somebody in here, in the audience, I don't care who you are, I don't care what community you're from, it doesn't matter anything. Literally, if you enter, as long as you're not a bot, obviously, if you enter, you can go up to the top and do that. It's a middle post there. All you got to make sure you've done is followed us, you've followed the Filter Studio, you got to like, you got to retweet, you go tag 3 friends, and you think would love this, you got any 4 8 friends, you're going to want to go tag them for sure. Join their Discord. Okay, it's discord.gg/filter with a 3 as the E. It's all pinned up on the post, so it's very easy to enter. Literally, just follow the instructions and make sure you stay in the space to win that. We'll be doing that draw. Today's space is going to go from 1 p.m. Eastern to 6 p.m. Eastern, so we got a few hours obviously left in the show, and lots to come as well. We're also giving away 69 ATS on-chain filter studios. So the filter team has done up the Bored Ape wearing an ATS hat, and we're actually going to be putting those on chain. It's going to be 69 of them, and we're giving away 50 here in the space. So they're going to be transferred obviously after the filter hit, and we're going to be drawing for a bunch of those relatively soon. So I'll coordinate how we're going to do that in a few minutes. But if you do want to enter, I pinned up. All you have to do is make sure you're following the filter team. Follow the team, sorry, Filter
video. Follow the team as well. We got Mark up here. We got Steve. We have the Filter Kel hosting as well. There's a few other people that were up earlier. We'll get them back up later on the show as well. But you're going to want to follow everybody that's on the team because they're building some pretty crazy shit. And I do think this is the future of the NFT space. So, tap in with that. Beyond that, I've got a few Board 8 friends in here. I see JB. He's a really good friend of mine. We actually co-host a show together. I co-host his show on Monday nights called F by NFTs, where we just go over like literally NFTs that screwed us. We don't call it any names, right? And NFTs that we really think they're building, right? And we got a really cool project joining us on Monday night as well, so that's going to be exciting. Actually, I'll put up the stage link for that shortly. But I want to say, JB, I know that you got a lot of family stuff happening today. But if you want to come up, I can throw you an invite. Just come on up. I think this is like right up JB's alley, like literally. JB does a lot of streaming too, so I can imagine him not wanting one of these. So I'll definitely be plugging it in. But I wanted to throw the mic back over to, and I see Chance up here as well from Funny. We're going to get to him in a little bit as well. But, Mark, we got you up here. We've been talking a lot about Filter, and I know you wanted to touch on like a lot of the stuff that you're building this year as well. So I think it's a great time for that. We'd love to hear more about that.
Sure. Yeah, thank you. So yeah, I was just sending a message to the question. But no, I mean, I just heard Kirby talking, and you know, it's just great to hear talk about the ideas and the innovation, and really like the passion there to really do something different. And I think that's I think that's the most important thing, that you want to be different and want to innovate, because repeating something that's already been done, and I think it doesn't bring any value. But being different, and innovate, and really like what he's doing with the whole social aspect, I think that's very, very important. So obviously I have stuff like that he's building, something fantastic with the team and taking the risk to do that. So it's great to hear, and I'm all for it. I mean, I did post a tweet a few days ago. It's a trend, but it's all about that quality is more important than the deadline. And I think if you have if you have the financial if you have the money to really build something great, I don't think that. I mean, I never work with deadlines, to be honest. Now I am, but I always try to avoid it because I think it's cannibalizing the quality of the project and of the product itself. So when I hear Kirby telling about what he's doing and that he wants to launch like within 80 days, and I know how hard it is because it's all about keep pushing and keep believing in what you do and be bold, right? Make bold decisions, just do it. So great stuff. Yeah. So
let's a little bit in not in technology but in the projects we do. So I already mentioned that we are doing some projects with the filter technology. The first project we built is Board Filter, and Board Filter is it's a so-called AR Access Pass project for base holders. So that's the first project. The second project we are building, which is 90% done, it's called Mr. Annan. So Mr. Annan.filter. The project is our cool.
I just pinned up the Filter as well, so we'll that we're speaking on that as well. Awesome.
Great. Yeah, thanks a lot. Yeah, I mean, this is one of my favorites, right? I mean, obviously you try to bring the best renders out there, and what you see in this, if people go to that render, you see the quality we bring. It's not only about facial tracking, but it's about all the details, like the earrings, the Bitcoin earrings, the custom-made Ethereum glasses. You don't see that properly in the video, but the pupils are Ethereum eyes. So the traits in this collection, pupils are actually traits of Bitcoin, Ethereum. I mean, obviously we all know the hairstyle, but but this is. I mean, I love the project. It has the same technology. It's full facial tracking. You can use it in Zoom, in all the applications, Slack, iOS applications. So Yeah, I'm very, very hyped about releasing more and more information and more renders and more NFTs of Mr. N. And the name is also, sometimes people ask me, what's Mr. N? But it was a name which came to me when more and more I heard the term N in the space, and everybody wants to be anonymous. Most of the time, with valid reasons, right? In the space, especially NFT and crypto. So, but there is no face for Mr. N because we're all anonymous, right? And what we try to do is give the anonymous people a face again, so they feel comfortable to go online, to have meetings, to create content, and to show themselves in a way where they're, showing themselves as their digital identity. And that's what we try to do with Mr. N and with the Board Filt3R project. But if we focus a little bit more on the Board Filt3R project, because I think it's important to understand that it is an AR access project. So the NFT gives you actually access to your own IP. In this case, it's a base. So it gives you access to your IP and to our AR and non-AR applications. So the Board Filt3R project, it is our first collection, and that's why we made it an OG collection. It's our genesis. So we only have 555 passes available. And what people need to know is we need to understand that, because it's a genesis collection, we decided to put it full with top-notch utility. So this pass, with the utility which it has, will not be done again in another project. It's a one-time thing. It's the genesis. We want to make this the most important collection. It's Bored Apes. It's 555. So what do you actually get? So you get access to your utility, right? That's one thing. So access to your IP, so Windows application and so on. The other piece of utility is that with this pass, you can unlock an unlimited amount of bases, right? So many people have 2 or more bases, some 5, 6, 7. So with this pass, if you own 5 or 6 bases, or even 50, there are people who are 50 or more bases, you have access to all your bases. So that's something which is probably a one-time event, what we do. So it's there in the past. Another very, very interesting one, and I think this is something what people don't really have on their visor, let's say, but one of the top-notch utility is that if you have an OG pass, that you can mint a free mint of all in-house future collections of Filt3R. So what does that mean? An in-house collection is a collection we choose to do ourselves, right? So for example, our collaboration with Raspi and a kid called Beast, that's not our collection. So those are obviously not included. But if we do collections like Mr. N, if you own an OG, you get a Mr. N for free, right? I mean, a lot of questions come our way about mutants, and we didn't make a decision yet if we're going to do the mutants because it's way more work and more difficult and so forth. We did a mutant already for our advisor Deezy. I mean, maybe you can also post that one because it looks fucking awesome. I mean, that really showcases, the abilities we have with the team. I mean, the Bored Apes are great, Mr. N is great, but that mutant is it's sick. But yeah, so if we decided to do the mutant, sorry.
I just posted the tweet up at the top. If you guys want to go take a look. Because I'm using, I'm going to say 5 of those, 10 of those ATS AR on chain giveaways that we're doing. 10 are going to get that post. So all you got to do is interact, go tag some friends on it, go spread it on the timeline. We're going to get 10 people to interact with comments to win one of those on chain ATS AR Filt3R Studio PFP. So go check that out. Sorry, Mark, go ahead.
No, great stuff, Brendan. And people also need to know that, if we're going to do the mutants, then those digital wearables, the ones we created for you guys, they are also wearable on the mutants, right? So that's the whole idea. if we do projects in-house and it's an avatar project, then the digital wearables like the glasses, but the hats, the earrings, we have face paintings. They also work on the other collections. So yeah, the mutant is just it's pretty sick, right? I mean, people love that. What do you think of it, Brando, the mutant? When you saw it the first time?
You already know. I was bugging you guys yesterday, like, yo, as soon as you guys come out with the new collection, I am going to buy that so fast. I have a M2 pizza, and everyone knows that I love it. It's my favorite NFT by a landslide. I don't rock it as my PFP anymore because I'm obviously a diehard ATS, and I own a one of one in that collection, and obviously want to rock that instead. But I will say it is one of my most prized NFTs. And as soon as you guys come out with that, I'm rocking it 100%. That's going to be every time I join a video chat, it's going to be me eating pizza.
I've got a few DMs since the beginning of the space specifically asking about Buick. So I think there's a huge interest and people really like what you guys have put out there so far.
Yeah, no, thank you. Yeah, I mean, the mutants are just, I mean, from different angles, it's a very interesting project because obviously there are 20,000 mutants. The art is great, but in the same time, me as a project owner, I look more at how difficult is this to pull this off, because the mutants it's 3D, right? I mean, to create a 2D picture is easy, but I need to bring it to the real world. So it's from a technical perspective, it's a very challenging project because we call it intersections, right? So there are possibly a lot of intersections with the slime or the glasses or whatever is there on the face, because there's a lot going on. But what we did internally is that we decided we're first gonna do the basic collection, and we also want to focus because it's very important that we have like a very good execution. And then if the demand is there, I mean, if it's undeniable, then obviously I think that I have no choice. But no, I mean it's great to create that. So yeah, let me just go a little bit backwards in terms of the utility. So a free mint for all in-house collections, and I just want to emphasize on the fact that it's great to have a filter. But I mean, how cool is it that you can be part of an OG group and you get a free mint for every future in-house collection? And obviously, I can't drop any numbers about how many collections we are going to do, but I have a lot lined up. I can tell you that, and a lot is coming. And the reason why I have been pushing on the background for more collections is just to get more filters out there, and ultimately to get content on TikTok, on Instagram, on Snapchat, because we need a new influx of people. So more collections, in-house collections from ourselves, but also connected projects like Rasmi's project, a kid called Beast. I mean, you don't want to know how many requests we already had in the last 2 weeks of other projects. So they are lining up. I mean, I'm not sure how I'm going to manage it. I need to scale up my team, that's for sure. But I want to connect quality projects with the technology. So just a little bit more about the two collections. So I already talked about utility. I mean, I mentioned three different utilities connected to the parts, but there is much more. But I don't think it's for me to share that right now. We will do that later. But what we do have for both projects is an allow list structure. So people who are interested can already sign up. If you have a BASI, you can sign up for the Board Filter project. If you don't have a base, you can sign up already for the Mr. NN collection. You can do that in Discord, but you can also go to Filt3R.io, and I believe that there are sign-up forms also there, because along the way we did find out that people not always want to go to Discord, so we changed the structure a little bit, and the sign-up forms are also accessible on the website. Yeah, so price will be announced for both projects. The mint date will be announced. It's very hard to commit yourself to a mint date if you're doing what we do, technology-wise, because once we mint, I also want to give to people, the ability to start using the technology. So it's to be announced. I mean, obviously, we have already applications working, like the beta app. I mean, a lot of people maybe already saw some of our ambassadors creating content. And for base holders, maybe, we started a new initiative, and maybe it's good to mention that here. We just started, but we are creating a filter army. So what does a filter army do? Well, everything what's needed to help the filter technology spread the world, basically. And people can sign up for that. So if they go to the Discord, they open a ticket. And if they let us know that we want to be a part of the filter army, then they get a special role, and then they get access in our Discord, where they find more information about how to apply for the filter army. But the interesting part is that if you apply and we approve, then you get early access to your IP, which is pretty great, I think. So everybody who wants to start content creation for us and wants to help us beta test the app, just reach out to us through a ticket system or DM us. Doesn't really matter. We will guide you in. So that was I can keep talking, but in a nutshell, that's basically what we try to do with the two collections.
Well, and a couple things I want to get at. We actually have Josh from Hidden Kitten City coming in later, who's really close with David Silverman. We've had David Silverman on our Ape Spaces platform quite a few times, and he did the lead animation for The Simpsons, for Monsters Inc., for a lot of really notable animations. So it's going to be exciting to hear from them what they think as well. And I know David Silverman right now is actually in NYC. They had a meetup yesterday with their holders, which was really cool. But I want to throw the mic over to Steve, who has his hand up. What's going on, Steve?
Yo, what's up, Brando? I just wanted to say a few things. First, EY, see your message in the chat. Steve, have you refilled those bottles? Yeah, man. I wish, bro, but I can never find the straw to this damn beer hat. Wish I could find the straw, bro. It's not there. But yeah, I wanted to touch a little bit about what makes our filter different. I've seen a lot of other filters, Snapchat, the NFT ones that are coming out. And the one thing that makes us different as like a future digital identity is the fact that you can see all the emotion in the filter itself. You can see happy, sad, angry, surprised, all sorts of emotions, because the eyebrows lift, the lips move, like in any way that you can, angry, sad, happy, surprised, you can do all that sort of stuff, which was never ever possible. So I think we're on pace to be the industry standard as far as the digital identity goes, and this is going to be an amazing thing to be able to show to the world, and a utility for all the projects that we end up partnering with. As far as that goes, if we partner with somebody and somebody's going to have to buy that NFT to get the filter, so that's going to actually make the floor on those prices, on those projects, or they're actually going to skyrocket, I believe. So I'm just super excited for that. Can't wait to see what happens. That's all I wanted to say.
Just by owning like a Bored Ape, for example, it's a pretty cool utility to be factored in. I think that IP is interesting because a lot of creators, if you have a big enough IP brand, will create around the brand, right? And create
like really what you guys have done with the Bored Ape collection as well, is like you provided something that like is incredible to Bored Ape Yacht Club holders, and you know, not only incredible, but like something that doesn't even come close to like anything else I've ever seen in the market before. So I'm pretty stoked about that. We do have a few people up here that are homies of mine that have mutant apes as well. Jan, I'm not sure if you're around at the moment, but I know you own a mutant. And if you go check out up at the top there, the AR mutant that they put out there as a sneak peek. What do you think about that?
Yo, that looks insane. I was just checking that out earlier. I mean, it's super realistic. I was actually looking at another platform that someone built out, and another friend of mine from Bad Bears, I'm sure you know him. You know, he's also looking at, you know, using AR in order to stream, etc. So this is like the perfect thing, and it's so detailed. And I love what you guys are doing. I'm definitely going to be minting mine when it comes to the mint. So keep up the great work, and I look forward to it. How are you doing, Brando?
Yo, good. My Bad Bears, do you mean Tully?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, great guy.
Yeah.
No, I'm good, man. Easter Sunday on our side, so what is it? About 1 o'clock my time. So gearing up, you know, gonna wear my stretchy pants today. You already know.
You wear your stretchy pants every day.
Yeah, you definitely do. I wear my stretchy pants every day, man.
I know you do. Fucking, are you gonna be wearing your same sweatpants and shit? Your sweatshirt?
I'm wearing beer and pretzels pajamas right now.
Really? Brando wears pizza pajamas. You guys, they're like 2 peas in a pod.
Very professional. I was just gonna ask you a question about the AR stuff. So, are you able to just upload an Instagram on the Spark AR with what you're doing?
Sorry, what do you mean?
Like if you wanted to upload a filter on Instagram, right, you would use Spark AR. So with your, like, can you easily upload your file types to Instagram or change the file to Snapchat? Because I know they require 2 different type of file types.
Well, I don't know. I mean, if you mean that you know, if you have access to your files through the IP and upload our files in Spark, I'm not sure if that works. But you know, the thing is,
definitely something you should look at, the Spark stuff, the Instagram, you know, because on Instagram, like if I wanted to upload an AR filter, which is a great way to advertise outside of traditional advertising, right? It's unique. Let's say you own a bar or something, you want to put the bar's whatever emoji right on your face and just put it on your story, right? Like that is important to have it so that you can easily upload the file onto Instagram Spark, you know, into Spark AR.
Yeah. So Spark AR is also like a filter engine.
Yeah, so that's why I asked. Can you just upload like the files into Spark?
Well, I mean, you can always upload them. I don't know the program Spark, but what I can say is that these files are optimized for the Unity engine, right? So if you really look at poly count, for example, which is a very important part of rendering. I mean, people maybe don't know that, but one poly count is like a vertical, right? So the whole model is built by verticals, poly count. The more verticals you have, the more realistic it becomes. So, because we are working in a Unity engine, we can really have high poly count models, which makes it look more realistic. But the reason why we can do that, sorry.
If a project wants to purchase this, right, they're going to want to maybe upload it onto Instagram and have it as a filter option. So that's why I'm saying, you know, you should look into Spark AR, especially like if you're, you know, going to be offering this, like there should be a way somehow to put it onto Instagram or to Snapchat.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And we are looking at different options. There are software tools where you can easily change the from high poly to low poly. And then make it connect. So, but I mean, our software, we have a standalone iOS application, so you can also generate your AR videos in our Unity engine, in our AR application, and it uploads it automatically to all the social channels. So you don't need Spark to upload something on Instagram or on TikTok. You can all do it through our iOS application. So you keep the same quality. Because if you go to Spark or to Snap, it's not a gaming engine, so you can't get these accurate facial tracking, and you don't get the realism you can pull out in the Unity engine. So let's see. So is it okay, Brendo, if we go to Karsten? Karsten is our head of operations, and he's under the Filt3R account now. And I met Karsten. Sorry.
Karsten, what's going on? Hello. Can everyone hear me? Oh yeah, loud and clear. We're good. Great, good stuff. So yeah, I wanted to just touch upon something we maybe briefly discussed earlier in digital wearables. But before that, just to touch again on the previous point, one of the issues with taking things kind of outside of the app is then you have a situation where what if that person sells their base or their NFT? Is it possible then to take the access outside of the Instagram or outside of Snapchat? So that's another thing I guess we'd have to consider there. But then yeah, I guess the other thing I wanted to speak quickly about was digital wearables, which I personally think, joining this project was something that really interested me. And the kind of possibilities with these things are endless, and they're interoperable, which means you own a digital wearable, which is an independent NFT. It can be traded on the open market, on OpenSea, it's its own collection, and it works on all the filters. So, as projects use our technology, as we release more collections, there's more and more demand for these digital wearables, which we think is a really interesting opportunity, not only for traders, holders, but also for brands looking to join the Web3 movement and release their own digital collectibles, which would be as well tradable, their own independent collections. So I guess a little alpha is we're already speaking with some brands, and yeah, we're really excited about that part of the project as well as everything else that we're building alongside that. So yeah, I think digital wearables is really the future of where a part of the future of where this can go. So we're really excited to see how the market kind of reacts to that and how these things end up trading.
Yeah, and I think it's also good to mention that digital wearables don't change the rarity of the filter. So obviously with the board filter project, that's even a no-brainer because that's space. You use the IP rights, but for example with Mr. Annan, which is our own in-house project, they will all be unique. But if you own a digital wearable, you can wear it, but it doesn't change the rarity, right? So because I've seen other projects doing that, and I respect the fact that they try to push the envelope and innovate. But it's a very sensitive topic to go to and to change the rarity of the NFT itself. Because one day you have a rare NFT and other people start doing shit with their they make theirs more rare, and then you're left alone with an NFT, which is so. I don't believe in that, to be honest. But what I do believe in is customization, giving the holders the tools to customize their digital identity. If you feel happy, you put on a flower hat. If you feel sad, you put your dark sunglasses on, maybe even Ray-Ban or whatever other brand steps into the space and wants to work with us. Because I see that happening. Bigger brands coming in and making custom glasses or earrings or hats, all of that stuff. It's interesting, and also obviously very 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 interesting to see if other projects use our filter technology, like Rashbi, what is he going to do with digital wearables? Because it's also available for him. He can create his own digital wearables and feed the community like that.
And another feature we are working on, which will also be part of the utility in all the passes. But if you own a filter pass and you are a creator, then you can apply for a program and you can start creating your own digital wearables for the filter ecosystem. And you can sell it in the filter store. And if you're very good at it, you probably sell more, but you can decide the volume. If it's a collection of 5 or 10 or 100, you can decide what the price is, the royalties. So we really want to stimulate the creative people in our community to just step on board, create cool shit, and if it's cool enough, we're going to sell it. And it's you talk about static digital wearables like a head, but there is much more possible. There is something which is called interactive digital wearables. Myself, I bought a Mutant, and the Mutant is basically almost the same as the one which is pinned. The Mutant which is pinned is from DZ, he's our advisor. But it looks so cool, so I just aped in and I bought a Mutant. But mine has a little green man on top. I don't know what the trade name is. But what we're going to do with that trade is that if I blink my eyes 3 times, then the little green man will crawl down to the slime and will stretch the slime up and go from left to right, and then he climbs up again. And you activate it with your eyes, right? And this is not rocket science, it's a gaming engine. It's done thousands of times, but not like this. So digital wearables opens up like huge possibilities for brands, but also for creators. How creative can you be? Create something cool, which is interactive, and let's go. Let's fill up the store. Let's create unique content, and let's create an ecosystem where everything is basically flourishing in terms of creativity and getting people in using AR. So, in my opinion, the future is very bright for AR technology in terms of to be connected with the NFT space.
Well, that's a good insight as well. And we got a good friend of mine up here. He's the pink one with the robot and the glasses. He goes by 5G. What's going on?
Fitty.
Yeah, no, I told him he's on his good leader. I told him he could come up and hang out, but he has daughters, and today's Easter, so we'll be bringing us. I hope you guys are having a great Easter.
Thanks, you too. I'm just here listening for a little bit. I'll jump off back on.
Sorry I didn't come make you breakfast. Hope you found some food last night.
I'm here to hear about Mark's filters. Oh, I can hear the Taylor Swift in the background there, Fitty. Oh, you know it. You and my daughters love Taylor Swift.
I think they went to the same show you did.
Yeah, they did. We actually. I think my daughters had better seats.
Probably.
Yeah, good seats. You're on the floor. I was sitting beside me. She was behind Taylor Swift's backstage. No, she had a suite. I don't even know what's better, to be honest with you. Did you see anything on the floor? I mean, where they could see? Let's just say I'm not a huge Taylor Swift fan. I drove my dog before the concert, and it was an 8-hour show, and I was looking at it. All right. The things I wasn't too fond about drinking wine a lot of beers. Spent a lot of money because beer was like $18. So I just should have just minted it for like 12. So the last time I had front row seats to a concert was probably Elton John, and that was a mistake. Never do that. You don't want to sit there that close to him. It was a Versace concert.
Hey, babe.
You're ready.
I'm almost done. I'm almost done. I'll be done in a few minutes. Okay, I'll be done when you get out.
Mark is doing an incredible job. I just think there's a few people that are doing some great stuff, and he's definitely one of them. Very bullish on him. So definitely check his stuff out. Probably one of the best in the space. You know, I love how the Taylor Swift is almost like the game.
Seriously, but to take us seriously with Taylor Swift in the background is like another level.
That's a good tune. No, I saw that live. That was wait till like Taylor Swift. After you heard about 3, then you make fun of me. You know, I was saying the other day on stage, like, when I'm talking about like Swifties, man. That is like the biggest cult I've ever seen in my life. For real. It was you go in there if you want to buy
Awesome, EY.
loud for an FG conference. So
Yeah, I love it, man. The facial tracking is incredible.
music NFTs.
Thanks, UI. It means a lot, bro. Love hearing shit like that from people that are bullish on what we do. Team is awesome. We're all family now, so